Yeah. Hey guys, I'm gonna start this video with another reminder. Not one last. Another reminder to go check out my friend Owen Shay's. He's my friend and my neighbor. His channel is everything all year round space Shay, or you can just look up Owen 483. That's spelled EOIN 483. So today's video I'm gonna be talking about what is the best way to raise guppies, how to raise them, how to breed them successfully. Now, guppies are a very popular fish. Probably, I'm just gonna put it out there. I think they're the most popular fish out there on the market. They're easy to raise. They're live bearers. The only problem is there are two major problems. Because they're easy to breed, you get small gene pools fast, and then they die off quickly when their genes are messed up. And because of that, they can also get deformities. The second major problem is that they are very prone to disease. Very low immune system. So the best way I say to keep guppies is you don't even need a big tank. Go buy some plastic plants at the fish store and make sure some of them are the low-lying grasses, and put them in a 5.5 gallon tank, a 5.5 to a 10 gallon tank, depending on how many you need or how many you want. Have a ratio of 2 to 1 females. You could probably pull it off with 3 to 2 females to males, and put them in the tank. If you're planning on trying to keep the babies and raise them, I'd suggest putting a sponge filter in the tank as well. But that's more of an optional kind of thing. Otherwise, you can just use a regular filter that can fit a 5.5. Now, feeding them, flakes work well. I mean, they love flakes. They grow quickly. But the problem with guppies is unless you have a Cory cat those kinds of bottom feeders eating at the bottom, then you really shouldn't be feeding flakes. You should really be feeding more of the micro pellets. The downside to having the Cory cat is then it may or may not eat your baby fish. It's a possibility. Probably won't, but it could. For water changes, I change 10% of the water every 3 days, and then every 2 weeks do a 50% water change. They can take tap water. They're not really big on the whole chlorine thing. They don't really get affected by it. Their pH scale, they like it at 7.5, but they can take, I've put guppies in pHs of like 8.5 and even like 5.5, and they do fine. Now, guppies are versatile fish, but the 80% of the time guppies die, it's within the first 5 days of being at home. First 2 weeks. I'll make it the first 2 weeks. This is oftentimes because of disease that they catch at the pet store. Now, there's two things that happen. Inexperienced buyers will just go buy a sick fish without knowing. They'll buy a fish that already has ick on the tails and stuff like that. Or even the experienced pet keepers, especially from PetSmart and Petco, they'll buy a fish that is carrying the sickness, but they don't know it. For example, a sickness like septicemia, it's internal bleeding. Guppies carry it. Guppies can carry it because it's a very contagious disease, so they can very easily carry it. But if their immune system is good, you won't see it break out. However, during the transport from the pet store to your house, they can get stressed, therefore lowering immune levels, and what ends up happening is that allows the septicemia to break out. So always be careful about buying fish at Petco. When it comes to buying guppies, either if you're trying to go cheap, you can buy a bunch of feeder guppies, quarantine all of them, and whichever ones survive past 2 weeks, you can put them into your tank. Otherwise, I would recommend going to your local fish store which you trust, which has very good ratings, and go buy them from there, not Petco and PetSmart, because I have seen countless number of beautiful looking tanks just die off because of one bad guppy from Petco or PetSmart. I think that's it for this how to raise guppies video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, thought it was informative. Please subscribe to me, and don't forget to check out my friend Owen's channel, Owen483, EOIN483, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.